UFC 207, it's almost here, man. We got like, 2 days? Weigh-ins are tomorrow. Rousey is back. Ronda Rousey is back, and she's fighting the champion, Amanda Nunes. Personally, if I didn't know the sport, I wouldn't know Nunes was the champ. But you never know. I'm joined by the person of the show, the personality of the show, my friend, the champion, Tonya Evinger. How are you doing, Tonya?
I'm good, man. Good. Had some good holidays and, just trying to get back on track like everybody else, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, the holidays are tough. Now, as far as food intake and calories, how was that for you?
I thought I was fatter than I was, but I'm actually, my weight's good right now, so.
Yeah. Well, you look.
I'm just starting to get back working out, though, again, and, as soon as I found out I wasn't on January card, I just kind of went home and relaxed a little and ate a little and get back on track now. So. Well,
now is that a guarantee you're not on the January card? Because you know how this stuff changes.
Yeah, but they already put out the whole card. I think it'd be way too late to be able to fly her in and get her paperwork and all that stuff done. And I do think it's an expensive fight, so it's not.
Yep.
Something that I think she planned on putting back to back. So that's kind of where everything's standing,
You know what made a big statement right there and what you just said? You didn't talk about it was short for you. You didn't talk about you just started training. You talked about everything but that. And that's because, as we just were talking about, you are a fighter. That's why you're the champ. You're ready to fight at any time, regardless. Nothing but respect for that, Tonya, because as a fan, hell, man, I've gotten hours now. As I told you, I have been studying you, hours of enjoying you. It's really, I feel bad because I just didn't know what you had really done. I mean, I thought I did, but I didn't. So my apologies for that. But I got to ask you, Rousey Nunes. Nunes is the champ, but yet.
You know what? I watched the Embedded, and then I seen some people post about how Ronda didn't do any of the media, and nobody even knew who Nunes was when she went into stores and stuff. And that's true, man. They haven't done anything for her. I think that I heard there was one commercial sort of promoting her, and that's it. And it just came out recently. But everything's been about. Ronda Rousey, and I think it's just, just how, I don't know, what a slap in the face.
You know what, to me, I'll be honest with you, Tonya, I think it's, excuse my language, total bullshit, because you're exactly right. When you see Amanda Nunes on TV for any promo, you see Ronda Rousey. Most of that video is shaped around Ronda Rousey. Now, and I understand it because she is the money maker. At one point, until Holly Holm separated her from her consciousness, she was the biggest draw out of the men, just period. And she lost on the biggest stage the UFC's ever had in Australia, over 80,000 people in that stadium. And she's had over a year and a half or so off. And yet she's allowed to do what Nick Diaz was. They took a fight away from her.
The title shot right off the bat right there is the shocker to me. She's been out for a long time. I think she should have to fight somebody and kind of make her way back. It ain't like she came right back. I understand if she's she's a dominating champion, she should get a rematch and, come right back. But she didn't. She took way too much time off. So I think she should have to have a fight before she got this fight. But, I think it's going to be a big payday and a big seller for the promotion, and both girls are going to just go in there and hopefully they just put on a good show. That's what I want to see, a good show.
Well, listen, I look at it like this. I think that looking at Ronda's past, and I think Ronda's an incredible athlete, and I think what she's done for women's MMA is incredible. I have nothing but respect for her in that light. But I must say, when she did lose in judo, out of her own mouth, she spoke of she wanted to quit. She couldn't handle the defeat. Now, losing like she did against Holly Holm on the biggest stage in the history of the UFC.
I think that's why she's not doing any media, though, is because, I think she's broken down a little, and she doesn't want to. I think that right there would just kind of break her a little bit more. Maybe give her more insecurities. Maybe put a little bit more pressure on her that she doesn't want. Obviously, I'm kind of the same way. I don't like to do a lot of interviews and this and that, and everybody wants to interview you right for the fight. But it again is part of it. And when she came out the gate, remember Dana White putting a comment out about how she's the best athlete he's worked with, the easiest. She does every promoting event he wants her to go to, and does all this stuff. And you go from 100% to 10. It's a little devastating for the company. I think she should come back and do what she's supposed to do, a little bit of it at least. So.
Yeah, but see, from the business side, you're looking at it like this. Ronda Rousey, the biggest seller we've had, she's coming back. Now, listen, mentally, and you know yourself, well, maybe you don't, but if you've ever been knocked out in a real fight, you might go through training, get hit, everything else. You still, mentally, you don't know. How will you react when you're hit? How are you going to react? And that confidence that Rousey always had is what brought her there. And she doesn't have it that way now, because it's impossible to have that until she gets in there, gets tagged, proves it again to herself. So this is for the UFC to, in my opinion, set up the future, which would be she beats Nunes, takes the title, fights Holly Holm in a rematch with 2 titles on the line, totally different divisions, if Holm can win. So, I mean, there's a lot there, and it's all business, period. That's all there is to it. It's business.
I think she's almost done. I really do. I think that if she loses this fight, I think she's going to be done.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks. You see a lot of good athletes get beat or take hits here and there, and it takes extreme things to change the direction your career is going at certain points. I think, like, you got to go to different gyms, you got to go to different coaches, you got to go to different training partners. You got to get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I think that's a situation I don't think she would be able to do.
But see, Tonya, though, there's a difference between...
I'm a gypsy of the MMA world. I travel everywhere. I train everywhere. I do everything. So I think that is like the best bet when it comes to the sport. It's evolving so fast, and techniques are changing, and it's just, gosh, man, you gotta get a grip everywhere.
You do. But see, the difference again is you are a fighter. You love fighting. This is what you do. You would fight out of shape. You would fight with a couple of days. I mean, listen.
Every way you could think, I have fought.
I know. But see, Ronda, though, is a competitor. She is an Olympic, athlete. And there's a big difference between an Olympic competitor and a fighter in a cage fighting. There's a big difference, because if you don't know how to handle a loss, you can't fight.
Yeah.
Everybody loses. Everybody loses. If you talk to somebody and they've not lost, they haven't fought, or they're fighting cream puffs. I mean, am I right?
Yeah.
There's always, well, listen, there's a lesson to be learned all the time. And the point that I'm trying to make is this. If Ronda really is a fighter from her genetic being, from her soul, where she just loves to fight, she could deal with a loss, because it is part of the game, and come back without the drama.
That's what I'm saying. She would, even if she's not champion, she's still a dominant fighter out there. So why not keep fighting and making the money and keep doing what you love, in a sense, if you love it.
Yep.
So whatever.
But listen.
Newer things. Let's talk about that Cruz fight and.
There you go.
Over there.
I've got to say this right here. Dominic Cruz is the most intense competitor ever. I mean, I'm telling you right now, this guy cannot even do color commentary with somebody next to him, and if they disagree with him, he's ready to fight. He is all over him.
He's crazy.
I do
like Dominic, and I think that Cody's not going to be able to hit him. I think he's going to do the same thing he does with all the alpha male fighters, and obviously people that I used to train there for a long time, and I like them guys, and I like the way they train and all that, but I just don't see him bringing anything that Uriah hasn't brought, you know, or
Nope.
that who else brought him?
TJ.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see him.
Dillashaw.
Yeah, I just don't see him bringing any more than that, you know, but I guess we'll see.
Well, you know? What he does bring is the power. So, and as you know.
You going for Cody or
Yep.
you going for Dominic?
For Cody, the power. Listen, I think Dominic.
I'm going for Dominic because he's a smart-ass fighter.
He's going to win.
And that's what makes him a champion,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what it makes him have the ability to, like, take that much time off and then come back and be the champion. Like,
Yep.
He's amazing.
Listen.
Give him credit. Even when he was champion before, nobody gave him no credit, you know what I mean? So I think he's going to be a smart fighter, and I think he's gonna run around and not get hit and pick him apart, and
Yep.
and I think he'll end up beating him at that point, you know. And I don't know.
This is my. I see the fight like this, Tonya, and we're very similar here.
He's losing the trash talking.
Well, listen.
Coach is losing the trash talking.
Yeah, that's true. But I see Dominic like this. Cruz is one of those guys. He's a cerebral fighter. He's very smart. He's a student of the game. He has taken a sport that I really love, which is boxing, and footwork and movement and unpredictability, and he's incorporated it. But he's always been doing this. Now, Cody has one thing that all the other alpha males didn't really have, which is one punch knockout power. So Cody's opportunity in this fight is in the first 2 rounds. If Cruz is able to take him down.
That's the great thing about Dominic is it didn't matter if you have power or not. Like, these guys aren't really hitting him.
No.
You know what I mean?
They can't touch him.
He's moving. He's got too good a movement. Even with Cody's power, I just don't see him being in the right place at the right time.
No, I listen, I agree with you. I mean, my pick 100% is Dominic Cruz. I think Dominic right now from 155 down to 135, and he's also beaten the 125-pound champ or the best fighter in the world, right? The pound for pound, Demetrius Johnson. You know, Dominic beat him as well. Is there a size difference? Oh, yeah, but I mean, they're all cutting weight and doing it all anyways. My thing with Cody is this. He has an opportunity. I don't think he's ready for this yet. I don't think he has a clue.
He came up a little fast, but you know what? That's an opportunity that you don't turn down.
No.
Yeah.
And he might get. Listen.
He's as good as he says he is, and he comes in here and beats this guy. I mean, look at what he's done at such a young age,
Yep.
in such a young time in his career. Like, wow, just wow.
Not just that.
So, you know,
listen.
all props. You gotta take opportunities that are given to you.
Look how many opportunities that Uriah had. So if Cody at this age, this soon in his career, goes in there, fights Dominic and loses, he's only going to be a better fighter. It's only going to make him a better fighter. And why? He's not Ronda Rousey. He's not going to get depressed and want to just quit. That is going to make him want to fight even harder and more. And I'm not to dog Ronda because I do really respect her. But I think Cody is going to lose this fight. I think Dominic right now is a fighter that nobody is able to figure out because similar to Lyoto Machida when he first came on and was doing like the karate point fighting where he'd jump in and jump out.
You gotta get one person to pick his game apart.
Yep.
One person to beat him, and then everybody sees that opening. You know what I mean? And I think that's why you'll see a lot of people in sports, and I see it in wrestling, you know, and these girls are champions for like 5 years, 10 years, and then one person beats them. Next thing you know, everybody can beat them.
Yep.
Because they realize where their weakness is. But, you know, Dominic just hasn't been brought out like that. He's a smart fighter. He is a smart fighter.
And listen, Dominic, you know, came into the WEC, he's super baby-faced. He fought the face of MMA, Uriah Faber, the face of MMA at that point. And Uriah, one-arm guillotine, finished him in that fight, and that lit that fire underneath his ass. And since then, Cruz has been just in a league of his own. I mean, that's all you can say about it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Definitely, he's had a good career for sure.
Well, let me make this one point right here, and this is something that really is funny to me. And you look at TJ Dillashaw. Now, when TJ won the title, he beat Barao, and he beat the shit out of Barao. It was an incredible fight. He totally, but what he did, in my opinion, was Dwayne Ludwig was showing him, and he was trying to emulate the style of Dominic Cruz. And when he fought Dominic, he could not do that anymore because it wasn't natural. Cruz, it was natural.
That's true.
Yeah, and for Dillashaw, he just got caught standing still and then went back to his natural way, and Dominic beat his ass. And Dominic is a stud.
Everybody, you go back to what you know.
That's right.
And God, I got wrestling. Hey, on to the next subject. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about, and this is some. Listen, Tonya. Well, this makes me. I'm really disappointed, and that's in Chris Cyborg and this positive PED test, because there was so much happening. She was going to have a 145-pound division in the UFC, and I don't understand. I don't understand the logic in taking a chance like that. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. They give her the opportunity, and then she turns the fights down, and then this happens, and it's kind of convenient. But man, what if it is true and they did prescribe her that, and that's all what it's really for, and all this stuff, and damn.
You know what though?
What everything that you work for, you let go because you want to take something that. I don't know. That's nuts.
My opinion, right here, Tonya. Number one, I think that no, that's not the way it happened. Somebody did this or that. She has a history. Number two, once you take steroids, you mentally are admitting to yourself, you cannot do this on your own naturally. You need it. So that sets it up. And so for her to get caught now, and I don't care what it is, to get caught at this stage in her career when everything is on the line, says all I need to know. I think Chris has now made herself irrelevant in women's MMA, and I hate saying that. I wanted to see you beat her ass really bad, but now I don't think you should even. She doesn't deserve that.
I think it sucks because she's going to get a suspension and probably a year suspension or something, and that's a year lost on her career. It does seem like a long time, but that could be 2 fights for her. You know what I mean? And these girls are getting better, and she's going to just have to train and not have any kind of competition. You know, so I don't know. I don't know if a year off would be good for her, bad for her. That's the only point that it would suck on.
Well, for me,
side. But, I would want to take a year off. That's for sure. So
but
I start freaking out at 7 months, 6 months. I start to freak out like, but I don't know.
It's mental for me.
Something. I don't think you're going to let her off. I think you're going to pop her.
Well, you're one of the reasons that maybe she didn't want to fight at 145 in the States is USADA. I mean, that could very well be the answer. If I fight there, I'm going to get caught. I know I'm dirty. And my thing is, again, it's mental. It's mental. If you're using steroids to win, you're admitting you cannot do it natural.
Right.
I mean, it seems that simple to me. Sad though. Sad. What's up with Invicta?
What it is now, it's already done in the books.
Well, what's happening with Invicta? You are the spokesperson for Invicta for me. The champ at 135, dominant champ, and didn't turn her phone off. But what's happening with Invicta? What's coming up, ma'am?
I don't know. They're getting ready to have her next show on January 14th. I'm excited to see that. They got like 3 girls that are debuting. I want to say 3 of them. And, it's nice to see some of these girls back in the cage. So, I wish I was going. I want to do some commentating, but I don't think it's going to happen. But
they're lost.
I would have liked to go to see the show, but I just can't. I got to stay and work or something. So.
Hey, Tonya, just so you know, I listened to the fight that you called. Most entertaining fight.
That I called?
Yeah, it was great. The fight that you called was awesome. I heard you do the commentating. and it was very entertaining. I think.
You got me caught hard once. I was talking to Laura Sanko. She happened to be sitting right next to me. I should have kissed her then. But anyway, I was talking to her, and they started asking me about wrestling, and I was like, I didn't have a clue what we were even talking about. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know.
You were great.
Next to me. She was so hot.
But see, your personality is just too strong, and you dominate, even though you didn't even know what the hell they were talking about, but you still dominated, and it was enjoyable.
Oh, God. But no, it was fun. I had a lot of fun, and I like to, put new things on my resume, and I think that's somewhere where a lot of fighters go and stuff. So I'm not saying I'm like want to get in front of the camera and do all that stuff, because who knows? But I will.
Well, you are in front of the camera, and just so you know, these are going to be going out on Fight Network and on a couple other channels. So there's like the opportunity for 20 plus million people in the States, plus 4 other countries, to be able to view you. I personally think your future is beyond a doubt in broadcasting, color commentary. Your personality's too strong. You have done too much in this sport, and you're just too important, and your opinion counts. So that's what I say. And I hope I'm with you, or you take me with you. Hold on. I just wanted to see how long we could go silent and not say anything. That was it. That was all.
Whatever.
So, well, listen, man. Listen. Who's going to win? Rousey Nunes.
I want to see Nunes win. I think Rousey could win easily if her head was right. She went and fought. But I just don't think that's going to happen. I think Nunes is going to win. And I think Dominic Cruz is going to win.
Yep. Yep.
Are you going opposite of me the whole way?
No way. I can't. I will say this. This is a fight for Rousey that is perfect for her in the sense that Amanda Nunes is a forward pressure fighter. She's going to come close. It gives Ronda the opportunity to use her judo. But Nunes is also a judoka, maybe not on the same level, but she has the ability to stop the throws. I just see Ronda really under a lot of pressure. I think it's going to show and say a lot about her future. If she loses, I think she's done. With Dominic Cruz, I think Cruz is a guy that, after coming back from those injuries, back to back to back, that he did, and then to dominate the way he is, man, I don't see anybody beating him but him.
Yep. I picked the winners.
No, you did, but it's safe. I'm going with you. I can't go against you on those fights, man. I really can't. Hey, let me ask you this, though. Heavyweight division in the UFC, we've got, it's like switching and changing and going crazy. Fabricio Verdum has turned into a striking master, right? He's incredible. Best guy in heavyweight division on the ground, him and Frank Mir. And it's coming down to a head. We got some big guys fighting. Who do you see as the best heavyweight, if you do, in the UFC? I'm just curious.
Oh, man, I don't know. I can tell you right now, I don't know the guys, and I don't know the heavyweights.
You haven't sparred with them?
I'm just going to say Derek Lewis because he's at my gym.
You know what?
The best up-and-comer. He's going to have that belt eventually.
Hey, the story behind Derek Lewis that a lot of people don't know is how important his grandfather was in his life, what he promised his grandfather he would do, and he did it, and he took the title, and that was in a smaller division, and then he moved up, and now he's making huge waves in the UFC. The guy is scary as hell. Anybody that big that hits that hard, they have the opportunity to beat anybody, any day.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Tonya, thank you so much. Listen, I will talk to you on Fight Night because I think your picks are 100% right. But if we're wrong, I want to hear your response about Rousey.
Good deal.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk about that and see if it went down as I thought.
I think you're right. Well, hey, man, listen, Modern Pugilist and Runner Up Enterprises have teamed together to come up with the highest quality gear and equipment in the combat sports arena, period. We obviously are going to provide standard, but this is about high quality. That's where Modern Pugilist's name will be attached and nothing else. So I want to give a shout out there. Everybody check it out. Catalog is coming out the first of the year. We'll show all the products. I'm extremely excited about it. I can't wait to outfit the champ with Modern Pugilist equipment. And hey, for Fight TV, for Modern Pugilist Entertainment, for Tonya Ebinger, I'm Dan Cox. She's a champ. She'll always be the champ. See you next time.